Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to epistemic-gnomes, and this is another weekday live stream for world building, and I'm gonna change that title to soon enough, but here character rigging in Blender 4.3.0, the new update. So we're nearly completing this list of rigging. It will take maybe more than 2 weeks, but essentially we could say that if I really wanted to simplify stuff, well, we could consider that the character is already animatable, but there will be of course, since this is a custom rig, there are way more things that could be interesting. So as you see, this is the splash screen for this new version of Blender. I've made some more progress in the so last time in the grease pencil method that I want for the future, not for this project here, which is more 3D, but the 2D, 3D rigging character, then yeah, I've made some progress. The grease pencil geometry nodes I'll show you what I've achieved. I was able to master, no, not to master, but to understand a little better how to set up the extrusion. Turns out that to extrude a curve in the way I wanted, it required a few different steps, but then other tutorials provided. So this is no wonder why I was having trouble, but it's not too complicated thing. It's just that need to have some alphabetization into the geometry nodes, right? I just know a few sentences, so this is why everything is so hard, but it can't do everything, right? It's a good thing, but it's not, it has still, in my understanding, there's too much things there that hold potential that would need some further development. I'm having some artifacts here that I'm not sure why they are existing, like this pulling there. I don't remember having a problem with that. I think there's some shrink wrapping problem, maybe. Yeah, so anyways, last time I was doing the automation of the top eyelash. As you can see, it's already symmetrized, and so this is a peculiar rig, custom rig for eyelash, stylized cartoony eyelashes. So that's why I've made this setup. I intend to change the shapes here because I think there's some, this is having bad interaction with the rigging, so I don't I think I'm gonna take off some of these and like maybe reduce the position of the extent these things go, so it's going to be more to the top instead of curving all this way, right? You see, so this calls something smaller, maybe tinier, like a bit like this, which works a little better. And then the automation for the bottom is not ready, so I'm gonna make that as well. Let's go and see first that, yeah, let's hide the hair here so we can see better what they're doing. I probably don't need the eyebrows for now, they would be in the way. And let's see, anything else that I can, oh yes, I remember there is something about the, let's just add here so I remember. So this add retake reinforce waves on forehead, yeah, yes, and maybe, yeah, forehead and upper cheek, whatever that is. So it's the mesh that is pushes this mesh here, so we can make a better expression when the I have already some set up for that, but it's maybe it's not doing its job properly. We could have more, so I can have the lid crease, the bottom lid crease really go compressed, and this can provide better results. So this is just the eyelash the bottom eyelid and bottom eyelash, but this is the mesh itself of the, and this is just a control bone, and we have other of them. Actually, this is our handle, because there are bendy bone splines around here, around the eye hole. This is why I can shape, the idea was so I can shape the eye hole, you see. So this is a different approach to this. I can shape the eye hole in some, maybe some interesting character design way. So it was the approach that I found very interesting. I don't know why I haven't started by this. You see, I have some skinny artifacts there, some overlapping. This is just probably some wave painting mistakes, something that I can improve by maybe adding some waves on the eyelids mesh from this, the bendy bone that would be here, that these handles are carrying. So that will mean, let's see, where is the, oh, the bone is here. I need to get them some custom shapes, right, to be more visible. For now I'm living like that. Okay, so the bendy bone that will be in between this, let's see, face, this bendy bone, then it will, maybe it has no waves on the eyelid mesh. Yeah, you see, so this happens. So we need to just add some waves here instead of getting this negation, right? The problem usually is to have, in this rig at least, is to have the eyelids bone, the form bone, to have waves there, because it's more for eyelids. However, this overarching hierarchical structure for the eye hole, the contour of the eye hole, not the eye contour. The eye contour would be the, like in makeup language, right, it would be the contour of the eye, which is very relevant for the expression, but the contour of the eye hole is also very relevant. The eyeballs pops out from that, but then there's the eyelid mesh, and then we have the lid crease, which would be here, right, the interface between the face mesh and the top lid crease and bottom lid crease. Alright folks, so I'm not gonna bother with this stuff now, but we just found some inconvenience here. So also there's another setup we can improve the, those are minor retakes, these are really just details. I'm just noting because it will be important. Maybe I don't show this here. So improve the lid, extend eye hole, B-bone, yeah, waves to eyelids, yeah. And then we have also the what is it? Oh yeah, the idea of the setup for control eye affecting the eyelids mesh, yeah. So something that Rigify add-on does, a lot of artists does, because they find it's appealing. I think it's good, but I think it's related to more realistic rigs, because the eye has a different shape. The eye has a protrusion, natural protrusion of the cornea, and so that will force the eyelids mesh to some motion that maybe on some cartoony style it's not relevant. I don't have this cornea thing, so like it's but I saw this working, maybe you probably did on other rigs and animations, and it's appealing when we pose the eye, so we can have. So currently I don't have it, and I don't really know the best approach here. What do you think we can do? Just wave paint the eyelids with this bone, just a little, right? So, but it can cause some weird results. So I need to recheck how they do that. I think there's not many tutorials that address this specific thing, so you have to look at the rigs themselves. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe at this point there I should look for that. I already did it successfully, but I don't know, because of I don't use it too much, I just probably forgot some of the ways that things can be done. So you see, this probably is the culprit. This mesh, low poly mesh, is very bad, right? And here I have a little problem with the positioning of this mesh. So maybe it will be the case of, because I'm lacking some, let's look at the material that will simplify our work here. Maybe I'll need an extra subdivision here, so because you see what's happening here. So to solve this, let's first get this face projecting. I don't want to displace this from the eye snapping, right? So just want to no snapping here. So I'm gonna reduce this. This thing could be the opposite, or maybe I can cross this, I don't know. I can also dissolve this, why not? G, move this out. Yeah, then we get some strange triangulation. So maybe we can pull this further away. Yeah, maybe this is a better approach. Maybe I don't want this, so let's just dissolve that. This is actually not super relevant because my mesh here, it has a transparent shading. Let's look at the shading here. That sort of covers this, so I don't need to complicate the mesh if I can do the texture. The texture needs some retakes, you see there's some bad stuff there, but yeah, so this is kind of, because this eyelash is way more stylized than the other ones that I've used to make, so probably this is overdoing, right? So I'm gonna just delete that and merge here, because when I started making this eyelash here, I didn't take into account the solution of that I were going to use this image texture transparency solution, right? So, and that can sort of cover the thing here, provide we do this correctly. And so here, let's go back to the, oh yeah, I was going to show the shading, right? So the shading for that is, okay, so apparently we have something like here, let's see. So this is the UV of, yeah, they are located there, but they use a different UV. So this is not UV map, so this is not their UV map, because that would be too small to make the details, and see there's not enough place here. But this forced me just to create an extra UV map for this, which is sort of annoying, so maybe I would like to, probably need to retake all the UVs, right? So maybe it'll be a good occasion to do this, because yeah, so the one other reason is that it will still require a different material unless I make some mapping here, but no, different material is okay, but the UV, it could be working from here with the same UV map, I mean, so the same UV texture. So I don't want to remake the UV texture on a small scale here, right? I wouldn't have much space to detail all those things. But yeah, maybe I should remake that by this time. This is old stuff already. Yes, so basically what we have here is that there is this. This is the image texture mapping from texture, okay, for with its own UV map, which is a different one. UV map only for the eyelashes. Then we got the, what is this? No, this is something about the matte node for the power of the transparency, I think. Yeah, it's in powers for some reason. I'm not even sure this is necessary here, but probably I did that. So it redistributes the image texture with more intensity to a color ramp. So this is for the masking, you see, FEC. This is the masking for the, what would be the transparent, and the diffuse, which brings the color ramp, which is also reinforcement here of the, yeah, see some shade color maps here. So the eyebrow itself, the eyelash itself don't have a colorating, it's black and white, and then this creates the some colorating, yeah, some, and then this will mix up in the final mix shader to generate, so yeah, some color palette here, special color palette just for the eyelashes, subtle coloring, and then we get, yeah, the transparency here, which with the diffuse, okay, the diffuse for getting some extra lighting, and then because the shader node, although it's a shader type, is not sufficient to generate shader data, I think, for, so we need at least something like a diffuse BSDF shader, or whatever, principal as BSDF. I think that's my experience. I think this brings up some shading structure, but I think it's just some light interaction that is junk, so this alone is not good shading, as I thought it would be the case. I was wrong, unless maybe we already bring from the color map perhaps some shader that is converted to RGB or something like that, shader to RGB node, maybe I don't know. I like better theory of how this thing works, but okay, so this is the shading thing, so I have to rework this reintegrate, but this is really just for myself here, so reintegrate UV map eyelash into same image texture, yeah, so body UV plus, yeah, and also yeah, repaint texture painting, oh yeah, that's all the UV and wrap, right? So let's make UV, and there's another better algorithm now with in Blender 3.0, body include eyelash UV map, also in, and also repaint UV mesh, yeah, retake, oh yeah, the texture paint, body plus eyelash, yeah, in same UV, in same image texture and UV, that's it. All right, so we got this those things. So see, but this making characters, if we don't have a very structured, right, we make change to the thing as we work on, and then we end up having a lot of things to remake, and this is destructive, right? So we need to be very attentive. This is why we need to be very careful about experimenting in CG software, because if you start to experiment on your project, if you don't have the perfect, yeah, literally the ideal workflow, it's very hard to progress because of, especially on a thing like rigging, right? Because there are things that are just not reversible, easily reversible, and then you go back and forth, it's garbage. You have to redo everything. Alright, so unfortunately this is one aspect of it's not only 3D rigging, as I said, this is a much better approach, I think. Yeah, now this is looking better, and you see that the subdivision is going a bit crazy here. I think this is because, yeah, I don't remember this problem here. Something about shrink wrapping. Okay, but we can fix it if we just push here. But it's not good on the... It's like this mesh here is being subdivided from... Like it brings the data of these vertices instead of these ones. So this is a bit weird. I don't remember this particular issue. And so they start to get the behavior of the eyelids mesh, while this I see. So let's look something here on the this is a mask, no, this is not this. Mesh deform, no, this is something else. Maybe this is obsolete. Eyelash outside, yes, but I think this is not being used. Shrink wrap eyelids, yeah, so yeah, because this one same there, but you see for some reason the subdivision here is very close, and here it goes, yeah, it's still I don't remember this problem, folks. Oh, I see. Because maybe I've turned out something here. Let's take off the seams. What do we have here? Because this is because of the subdivision, right? And the subdivision can be affected by the... Okay, the normals is normal to be like that. That works for me. Alright, so what I'm trying to do, I need to look at the... Okay, let's assume I get this, and let's use the subdivision here. Let's play with this and see what happens. No, this, okay, because this is not a... So the armature will bring... Strange, it doesn't... Probably there's more modifiers to... Yeah, there is this shrink wrap thing, okay. So what if I take off this? Doesn't seem to help. Then let's select control this. Let's see, just take off this. I also got back the screencast. keys. Let's redid that. Oh, that's worth a highlight if anyone is interested. Folks, just recover the screencast keys, right? So basically now in this new Blender version, Control comma for the preferences. So here we got now it's an extension. Yeah. So screencast keys is an extension. Just install. There was a button install and install. So no more download and complicated installations. Just get it from the get extension. Make sure you get the online, and then this can be done from Blender. And now it's probably somewhere here. There we go. So and we can set stuff here. So I'm gonna make those settings here, but I think in this case this can also be achieved from here. So usually what I do for this also, why not, can't we drive that? Yeah, we can't drive this unfortunately. Yeah, wait, yeah, we can't. I wanted to make a shortcut anyway. So we got the let's get some. Usually what I don't have the other settings, so I'm going to hold state. Yeah, I want everything there. Then this font size, let's make it larger, like, yeah, about 30. I think that's, no, that's too much, like 26. Then margin for no, let's leave it minimum. Line thickness, which line thickness? Oh, of the mouse. Okay, so this can be slightly something like that. Yeah, just like that. So maybe 1.5 to simplify. Mouse size, big mouse or something like here. Yes, then this seems too big still, so the 24, and mouse size just a little 36. Then origin, set region. No, this is region, area, region, left, align left. This is window, cursor. No, this is not good. So region, set origin here, maybe. Is that correct? Yeah, so usually I place it there. So, and there seems to be this offset. Let's make this better. Oh, the text is still too large, so 18. Maybe that will help, because I click a lot of stuff and I want to this offset. Let's bring this closer to here. And also display time, 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. Max history events 5. Yeah, 5 is already a lot, right? So that's okay. Then repeat count, yes. Show mouse events, yes, and get everything. Show last operation, label ID, yes. So all the information, and that is cool. And maybe just a little smaller. And then there is more stuff. Oh, this is hiding, so I need to get something like here. Would be, yeah, now this is good. Okay, let's save preference. Now it's not over, so color. So I usually like to have something, yeah, some very pale greenish thing. Could be towards the yellow, but yeah, something lemonish. And then shadow, shadow, yes, we get some dark marine blue color, which is not showing the background, of course. Now the shadow is for the, sorry, is for the this, so I don't want shadow for the letter. Background, dark area, corner radius, yes, this is nice, just a little. And Also it's getting a little offset here, so here let's fix that. Corner radius we can, yeah, already set. Let's get draw area. What is text? Now, well, actually this is nice, right? Except that maybe glitchy. Yeah, so let's go back here, and then we just want some alpha here, and there we want some color, that marine thing, and there seems to be some glitching thing there about the offset. Yeah, it starts to strange, there's some invisible thing. Okay, that is nice. This is how we can set up this screencast thing, and I think, yeah, now it's very clear. Let's move it up a little, because I'm picky about the designing things. Something like this sounds good, reasonable, relatable. Let's get here, just in case, save preferences, and there we go. Now you can abuse this stuff. Now I need to close this highlight here. Alright folks, so here let's continue the progress and trying to fix these artifacts here, which, yeah, so the problem is that the mesh, the subdivided mesh is going crazy, right? So I'm going to just try to reduce this, just maybe it helps. Now it didn't help at all, so I'm just gonna pick all this mesh again, select by, oh, we have some problem now with the, this is exactly on top of this, my mistake here. My mistake here, folks. Apparently this is right above the adjust last proportional last operation window, as you might have seen. So maybe I just need to reduce this alpha. And yes, I feel like that is it. Yeah, so let's try now. If I get, yeah, it is still annoying. Maybe there's a way to move this panel out, or I could just move this, I don't know, up should be horrible, but it's simpler in this case. Is just bringing this, like I have this 9 value, then maybe just doing here, why not? And then of course it will start to pump information to the top, which is not super cool, but yeah, so that, or maybe put exactly here, why not? So because this is a place for this by default, right? So it's good to have this thing here. Here's for the sidebar, which has a lot of tabs, and sometimes it's annoying. So I think this might be the only good spot for my setup here. So let's just move this about here. Yeah, and we can probably reduce the stuff. Okay, now I think that it is good, and we can also reduce the margin again. Where is the margin? No, it's already 0, so that's it. That's it, folks. Let's reduce this, collapse this panel, and we're good to go. Alright folks, so the changing this was useless. So I'm going to, Yeah, I think this feels better, right, folks? I need to Shift E, so take off these creases. They are set value to 0.3, so that is what I added here. So I just remade them. I don't know how to get this solved, but I don't understand why here it is working fine. Could it be the orientation of this that will ruin the design, right? But no, it's not the orientation. Maybe it's the change of the rest pose. No, the bones are... Aha. There is a change, but it is not sufficient, right? Very mysterious. Okay, so of course another thing that could be done, I don't like this because this will ruin the... Oh, that happened after yeah. That happened maybe after No, it was not that. Just testing. No, this has nothing to do with that. Maybe. There is another idea. I can probably have a strategy to push the mesh of the eyelashes out of the eye. There's something else I can do also here. Instead of using this, I can use the eyes ghost, which is larger. Yeah, it is that means that I can simplify this rig like eyelids, right? So both, and I can actually shrink wrap eyelids. Yeah, I need to get something like what is this group? Just a garbage. Yeah, so I can probably get something like an eyelids, shrink wrap eyelids, right, which is this. But because I'm using mirror modifier, I can just delete that and ignore that. It will maintain locked. I haven't changed anything. It's just that now, if you see on the mirror modifier thing, with on cage in edit mode, then if I look at this, it is going on both directions. And so look what why this is interesting is that I have, instead of shrink wrapping to the eye itself, it's shrink wrapped to an extra, which is duplicate. Actually, this mesh object, it has this one, right? It is mirrored, and yeah, so it is symmetric, right? It's just one side, and because of that, this separates the shrink wrapping feature from the UV warp thing, and maybe that will simplify the stack of yeah, I have an extra object, but I would need that anyways, because we cannot shrink wrap. I find out the bones to this creates some dependency cycle crazy things about I think because this has already shrink wrapping the eyelids mesh. I'm changing that, so I'm getting this to shrink wrap. Oh, maybe I'm creating another problem. So, but anyways, we're gonna go back here and we'll see what will happen. I need to get to the back to the body, and here instead of, I'm not gonna update this to the shrink wrap eyelids. Something is odd here about the looks like I've hidden something. Alright, probably I'm missing something important. The body is not hidden, so the body is all shrink wrapped to that. So this is happening because of course this is happening because the body, I need to disable this one. This is going to the trash now because we don't need those the left and right, because I have already a mesh object ghost that is going all the way. The reason why I need a different one is because I already mentioned even so I still have another wire stuff that is I have plenty of them. Yeah, I have the muzzle. Oh, this is a backup thing, right? Shield backup. Yeah, so whatever, just in case. So this is the least important. This ghost mesh here, let's see. Okay, see, this includes this mesh there. I'm not sure about the subdivision there. Let's see. I want to compare with the creases. Oh yeah, there are no creases here, so it's very rounded. Right, no edge crease here. Okay, so this is correct. The face has edge creases, not the eye. Alright, so I have the face ghost. We have this, which I'm changing the targets, right? Then we have the and that's it. That's all the ghost mesh we have, except that this is stacking twice, but for different purposes. The reason why I have to have this on the ghost mesh is because I want to use the same target to affect the mesh of the face, so it will also be blocked by this thing. Otherwise I'll have to create two shrink wrap modifiers. So this is a bit annoying, right? But yeah, we cannot double shrink wrap. There's only one target per shrink wrap object, shrink wrap modifier. Alright, so we don't need to be looking at that. Let's go back to the body here, and also let's bring back our setup here. Let's see if everything is working. If it is not working, it will go crazy, but no, it is working, so it didn't go crazy. It is right. We got some wire that is showing here. So there are actually three things that I need to investigate. It's like the first, these eyes. Yeah, there's the eyes, there's the, I'll select the eyes ghost, which is the thing there that is going one side. I cannot make them one eye symbol because of the UVs. They need to be, otherwise if they, well, actually I think I can't, because I have to have different eyes to... I have to... No, yeah, I could. Because we could have like 2 UV maps, one for each eye on the same... that's interesting. Then we could have only one mesh object. So I'm gonna attempt this, but not now. So eyes rig simplification. So like 2 UV maps, one for each eye color map, right? And then we get also the but a single not mirrored, but a single applied mirror mesh object. Yeah, eyes mesh object might substitute the eyes ghost. Yeah, so that could simplify a rig by a lot. I don't know. Yeah, because UV is not really my stuff, but I'm learning, right? Like everyone usually. So I think this is feasible. I have addressed this before. So okay, let's revise what I'm looking for. So because I'm looking at the edge crease on edit mode. So let's pick first the this left eye. Okay, so there's nothing here, right? And why not? I can make some seam here, although it's completely useless. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it affects the texture. I don't know, the UVs of because it counts in some repetition, so I don't know if that's safe. So okay, this is okay. This one is okay. Then you have this one. Is also okay. And we have face ghost, which I think I've already checked, so and it's also okay. There seems to be a mistake here. This mesh is inside. Oh, I see. When I shrink that, I forgot because I shrinked everything. Now this mesh happens to be inside this other. We didn't shrink, didn't move it. So because of that, maybe we are having some trouble. The shrinking was for the muzzle, and maybe it would help here, but then when it comes to this part, this creates a problem. So to prevent this, it's super annoying. I don't know if I can do anything about that. Maybe I'll really have to push back these things. Yeah, so yeah, so I'm just gonna do this here because just will get some approximation on GG, but this is very I wasn't counting on that. Yeah, here we have even worse results. Yeah, so probably have to re-export this or change the amount of shrinking. So these displacements are very bad because now the mesh is not identical. But yeah, those, it shouldn't change, but it's not good, right? It's not, if we have every time we have to be out, right? We want automated stuff. This is why this is, forgot this one. Yeah, so in my experience, the shrinking is not, seems to have had good results in the end, but it doesn't need to be a lot to work properly. The shrink wrapping will tend to work in spite of, but we can achieve probably better results. So now I think that the problem has gone, at least part of the problem. Now we have other problems, but I think this is related to the, I need to just retake this eyelash here. Let's see. Yeah, there are some artifacts there that I don't know why they are happening. Alright, this is seems to be clean. Then let's hide this. I don't want this. And okay, so this is happening because of probably the change that I've made there for the ghost face. So here it's really, oh no, I was just posing this bone wrongly. It's just, oh, you have some inconsistencies there, right? No, it's because the eyelid bone cannot do this, right? It needs to, so this moves the eyelid and this one, so this will push the mesh. We can make a, and I have the control bone here for those things if you want to move all in sync. Of course, there is a little complication here for this rig. You see that I decided to have a wide open, nearly totally open eye pose, rest position, right? Bone, arm, skeleton and mesh, but then to have a complete pose, probably pose asset for the eyes closed. The eyes closed can be very difficult to achieve on this stylized case, so this is why I might need to create a pose asset, or make even shape key can help in here. So I think it will be a nice thing to have a shaped key. I think that is that can be a good solution to address this, because really creating extra bones with armature deform to solve this or just make a pose asset with the perfect, then we just make the interaction. But yeah, here I think we need some retakes anyway, so oh, this was the, okay, they start to cross, right? So this is the bottom one. So here are probably a lot of things we can achieve too. So this is why maybe, and if I started with a closed eyes, then there are other complications. It's much worse for wave painting. It's hard to achieve the collapsing of the eyelids mesh here on the top, and it creates a complete different problem. And also, but it creates the same similar problem regarding the wide open eye usually tends to get wear deforms on the eyelashes, so it affects the character design. So I have to solve that, and maybe a shape key is a good idea here. So yeah, I probably have to retake some waves there after this many changes I'm making, but I'm just gonna make the eyelash improvements, right? Yeah, so basically the automation for the bottom eyelash, and the rest is details for me. I will not, oh, when that happens, all right, let's make Yeah, let's get let's make a highlight here. Just remember that this can be useful. Alright folks, what happened? What if this happens? Oh, what is this? Okay, I pressed something that made me go to some white screen, right? And in this case there is this back to preview, or actually this is control space by default. So back and forth. So I think this is view or control align view regions. I don't even know where it is, but it okay. So control space bar, toggle maximize area. So this is this operation. Sometimes we can get lost. Oh, what I did, I fucked my project. No, you just back to preview. But then there is another one which sometimes we press accidentally. I was stuck on that forever until I realized I had to research because it was not. So it's the toggle full screen area, which is Control Alt space bar. And so there is no button there. And so what? Oh no, where's my interface then? It's over because you can even properly sometimes access the menu to. So this is crazy, right? This is not. And then where's the history, right? So Control Alt space bar. There we go. So just be aware. So at least they are close enough. So Control space, Control Alt space. Actually, you cannot toggle from between them, right? Yeah, we cannot toggle between themselves, but we can toggle back, and then that's it. So remember, that is very important. Sometimes this is good, right? I really wish there were some things like this one button so we don't get completely lost by accident, as I think which still should happen. Then if you save the file, like how to get back, then maybe it saves this as the state, so this can be very dangerous. You have to look in the internet, the only way to solve this thing. Or press all buttons and see what happens. Alright folks. Now let's go back to the thing here. Automation of the bottom eyelid. So I already made this prepared, right, for us, because yeah, so basically I'm just gonna select this one, Shift G, select grouped, right, so by color, and then Shift H. Actually don't want to be looking at this. No, this is a good tip also. More highlight. Folks, look, quick tip here for hiding and unhiding bones. Let's say I'm using here Bone Manager add-on, which is free, right? So basically I have this panel here instead of the bone collections here, and this is very handy, but there are other solutions, right? But in this case, so I want to select these bones, the blue ones, so I have already separated them. So they are in a separate collection. No, they aren't, so it doesn't help. So I just separate by color in this case, and Shift H, right? Hide, select. However, look that I hided other bones, which are these bones which I want to work with. So one thing that I can do instead of even selecting them is just yeah, I can select this first. Unselect all first, Alt H, then let's select this, and then let's hide temporarily the deform ones. Then I'll Shift H everything from this, and then I reselect this other layer, which are the bones that I want to work with. And so now I have all these bones, the ones that I work with. So this layer here has all these, no, sorry, not this one. This layer here has all this hidden stuff, but I just get here, Shift H, and then I can resume my work here. Of course, if I unhide everything, that I messed up. So this is a good workflow, right, to handle this stuff. One possible way. Hope that is useful for anyone there, someone. Alright folks, so who'd ever make a tutorial about this, right? So tutorial about hiding, about bone visibility, never seen. But we occasionally see this on other, mixed up with other content, right? But the cool thing of making highlights is that we can make these useful tricks very agile and organic, right? Because they are real case scenarios. You're working on something, oh, look, you can do this, and that usually is good experience. So all right folks, let's now that I have this, let's get to work with the automation. And I need to, yeah, so I'm going to make another highlight of that just for the bottom eyelid. So yeah, so this will be a bit longer highlight. I'm gonna hide the chat just for a moment, so beware if you're, because I'm making the highlight. Alright folks, so now I want to automate the bottom eyelid, the eyelash bones here, these ones, they are deformed bones, just as I did for the top eyelash. So maybe I need more work here with the wave paint, but essentially this is already doing this wavy motion for the eyelash, which is cool, especially when we move these bones in sync. So you see, this is for stylized eyelashes, and this can be very, very nice, as you can see. So I've made this and symmetrized for the top eyelash, so it's working on both sides. But now I want to do for the bottom, so we're gonna just remake this stuff. So right now I don't need these ones, right? So we're gonna just hide here, Shift Control X, I think, Control Shift X. I don't remember the shortcut here that I've made. No, it's the select mirror, Shift Control M, and select mirror, extend, then hide. All right, and now I have just these bones to work with. Let's save here. So I'm gonna go on the numpad 1, the front view orthographic, because I need to make some measurement. So this is the setup. So these blue ones, they are control bones. This is the rest edit mode, rest position, so they are here. So these are the control bones. They're actually handles, so this is why they are twisted in their orientations like that. And these are tweak bones that I've made, or tweaker bones that I've made to just map, have better access. I could do this for this eyelids bone as well, but okay, I see that on edit mode we need to do this too. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm gonna use some measurement, because these bones here, they have transformation bone constraints. So this is just a copy that I've made from the top one. So basically I just explain what it is. So basically this will target this one, the tweaker or the map bones. They're just bones that are aligned with orthogonal to the world space, but they are not aligned with world space. They are just, you see, the y-axis of them is pointing up, so it's not aligned with world space exactly, but to be aligned with world space would be this, right? So I don't need that. I want this can work like that, it's fine. But at least, so now when moving up along the y-axis, really moving up, so otherwise these axes will be tilted, and that might be a bit worse for measurement. But as as long as the some axis is pointing upward enough, this is good enough. So you don't really need this, but this can be good. And actually I would need one for these and one for these, or maybe I can use the same custom. Oh yes, maybe I can. Okay, but we'll see that in a moment if that's really true. So sorry folks, let's go back here to the, so this was the original from the top. I just zeroed out all the settings here. So the target, so how to create this is basically we get this bone that we want to target, the mapper instead of this, and then I go on shift control C and add a transformation bone constraint, which looks like as a driver. So you're gonna transform on let's try the crazy thing, right? Let's use the custom spaces here to the Blender 4.3.0 eyedropper bone. Yeah, so I'm so used to do some controls F2 control C control V, that right, that but this is cool, right? So game changer here for rigging. So okay, I'm gonna do double custom, so target owner spaces. So that means maybe they'll create some problem because this won't have the parent thing with parent thing. Doesn't matter, we'll see what that will do. So basically I need to map from, and you see how the other word, they target the respective here. This is parented to this, and this is parented to the control I lead. Well, it could be parented to this too, so this is garbage. Anyways, this I can simplify this. So you have a chain here of parenting, which will make things better. Then maybe we don't need the local with parent here. Yeah. So anyways, the thing here to do is that we need to measure. So this is why I'm gonna use this perfect alignment here, front view. I will use this tool, so just click here, and I'm going to edit mode, and I'm going to see, I don't need to be here, I can start counting. Wait, what's happening? Okay, edit mode, click here. All right, then let's just hold this thing, and so this is the bottom eyelid. So it will be somewhere about here, maybe it will the maximum, the max, I want it to be the max it will reach, and this will be from its rest position, right? So these bones rest position is here, right? Here's its origin there, right? See, so its head is there, its root, and then I need to go back here. So you see 0.3, yes, those distances are gigantic, ignore this. So imagine 0.3. So this is the maximum that I want this bone constraint to work for. Of course not this bone, but this one. It just has the transformation bone constraint. It doesn't need anything else for this setup. So I already know that I want it, because it's using the custom space here, which is this map bone here. I want to use its axis. Doesn't it seem to be oriented in some strange way? No, it is just illusion. Okay, so I want to, it is rotating though because it is parent here, and this bone is suffering some slight transformation, so it doesn't matter. But what counts is the starting position, right, the rest position. So okay, let's go back. Sorry folks, let's go back here. So I want to get this y-axis from the custom axis here. So this bone's y-axis will move up about 0.3 meters. So this is the maximum. So I know this is the maximum y location, y-axis, that will be maximum 0.3. And then for the bottom, the for this character design, the least I can pose this eyelid bone, maybe this one, right? Maybe it could go, because yeah, I can make this rig, the eye open more, so maybe the eyelid can go maybe just a little more, right? Something about here. So let's measure that too. Something about unedit mode, something about here, so negative 0.07 can do. So I'm gonna back here, click this bone, gonna go back, so negative 0.07, was that it? Yeah. And so this is the Y minimum. Now that this is mapped, I can delete those, but let's keep it then for just for didactics. And then I need to, but they are cumbersome, they get in the way of clicking and they are very easy to mess up, so not very useful sometimes, I think, but they are only visible when we click this, so not that bad. Actually, maybe this was an improvement, I don't know. So here we map from, we don't need to look at this anymore, because now, except if we want to remember the axis and some how this is organized, and the min and max, but this is very simple, right? The minimum is a negative value and the maximum is a positive value. So minimum is down, maximum is up. So very simple case here. So map to is also location. We want now that, you see the bone here, the deformed eyelash bone, is following totally, right? So there's nothing, just by parenting, so nothing special is happening because there's absolutely no parenting. Mix add, because I want to still be able to pose it, but then I want to start affecting the y-axis. Yeah, let's change all to the y. So this is the source axis, so I'm mapping from the y, and I want this motion of the y, so this thing, to affect only this motion, to affect this. So this is why I don't care about the other axis here, so change all to y, and this is the fake source. This is actually the x-axis of the owner, y-axis of the owner, z-axis of the owner bone. That means this bone that has the bone constraint, the owner of the bone constraint, but I don't know if that will work. I'm using the same custom space, so it will use also this axis of this bone, the map bone. And so here, in this case, what I want is that I want that as I move up, the bottom eyelash bone will move on its y-axis a little more up, like that. And then if I reset, so now it is just instant move up, there's nothing because the other is 0, so I need to compensate this with, for example, the same proportion there, but no, I want to do something that is useful for my rig, so I don't need to go, I need a negative here. As it goes negative, so it will auto compensate proportionally, but now I just need to, apparently I have a value that is, I need to collapse this, so map to, maybe I need a better value here. Okay, so I think this is the custom space that is not working, most likely that is it, so this was a mistake. Maybe this can never be achieved. So here, let's see how was the other ones. Well, okay, so in this case, parent it to here, and so I don't need. So the target would be local space, right? And the owner, I want to use the target, so it will use the axis of that bone, and doesn't seem to be working, right? Something, let's see. So maximum and negative, so it's not waving, so I think this custom space is failing. So owner, maybe we, so local with parent. Oh, now it is working. Okay, so the owner, it's using this bone. So why is this? Is because now it's moving on the y-axis of this, which is much more precise than the orientations of this. You see, so this is a way to get it work. And so I made a parenting. Now this bone is parent to this mapper bone, and this is parent to this. So could be the different thing, right? Instead, I could. Yeah, this has no bone constraints whatsoever. So maybe this is a good tweaker bone, right? Because it's aligned. So let's do something more interesting here. I'll parent this here, and parent this here, and I'm going to. So now this should be able to carry. What is happening? Okay, it's already parented. And all right. And what's happening is that now this is the bone to be posing stuff, right? So this is way more organized, because now if this bone has good access, this one doesn't have, so this is better. So I've sort of collapsed everything into a simpler setup. So now if I move this, yeah, this shouldn't be posed actually, so because this is the control bone. So this got the automation. The custom space, I need this, otherwise it would follow other angles, other axes which might be inadequate. Yeah, totally inadequate in this case. So custom space, so use this axis, so now it's good, right? And so because these axes are tilted, these axes are more tilted even maybe, and this is the only one that was structured aligned with well, orthogonal towards space at least. And this is bad. This is better because then we can use some, right, to compose this in an organized manner, like here, right? All right, so reset here. This is getting too long, folks, sorry. So let's continue the automation here. So you see, this bone, because I'm not gonna pose it, I could even lock it, but I had some bad experience with locking bones sometime. I think it has something to do with rescalings, but that rigid model, this is always a nightmare. Let's get here the okay, so you see the automation works. That worked. And if I turn this to local space now, it is still working, just because the parenting, right? And it seems to be following really the correct axis there. So this is working because the target, local with parent, right, is the same thing probably, yeah. Target is the idea, yeah, so it's already the target, so the parent of this, which is the, no, this bone doesn't even have a parent, so this probably, oh yes, so have to change here, control main, let's copy this on edit mode, because I have remade the parent, so I don't think this will affect, but we're gonna check nonetheless. And just to be sure, the bone that it is parented to is, oh, it's a stupid mistake. This is not this one. So this should be the parent of this. Control main. This will be parented to this, and this is okay. Now I think this is correct. So let's see here. And so if I pose this, what happens? I have the automation working. Oh, that might be interesting. Okay, of this bone there, you see. If I turn this off, You don't have the automation. So actually, because of this new parenting, right, after this, so you need to, the child and the parent, right, we need to actually get this local with parent. So this will also be transformed because this bone is moving up, right, proportionally according to this motion one. So when I manually pose this one, these will continue transforming by the pathway of the bone constraint transforms, even though it's a parenting posing, but because there is this chain of parenting from the target, right, then local with parent, then we have this automation. Otherwise, without this automation, we'll have a little less good setup, because then maybe yeah, this is a little worse, right? I think this is better, but maybe this can cause some double transforms, so maybe this is not that good, right? So that we'll have to think. So maybe this is dangerous in the end. Oh, I'm using the wrong bone to pose here. Let's hide this. No, let's just look at these ones, right? Now this is safe. This is safe to go. It's not like we can just correct, and it's just a matter of having this. Yeah, I think this is good setup. So this is how we can automate this, and a few more tricks in this spaces stuff. You see, we can mess up a lot of things. Okay, and we can also change here if we wanted some. If this goes up and down, then maybe we want this bone to have some, so I have to give some thought, right? Negative when the bone goes down, then maybe want to the positive. This is the, I think I've inverted here, so maybe you want this to go here, and here we don't want to go nowhere. So not sure if I did this correct. Yeah, so it starts at 0 and it go down. Yeah, this could be very minimum detail, right? Maybe this is actually too much. So just some subtle things. So it never go to the other direction, so it can live at 0. But when it's reset, oh yes, now it is a problem, because now yeah, it should have some compensation, I guess. Or I'm just making some mistake. But anyways, you see, we can do some little tweaks here, and also the front here is not super important, because in this setup I can also do this manually, and there's a shrink wrap bone constraint for this. Oh, this is not the bone to be posed, right? It is this one. So I need to transfer all this to this now. So, and that might somewhat, yeah, I have to redo some stuff, but essentially for the highlight, that was it. So you can get some good ideas from these folks. Alright folks, so this was one, and you see that I was able to do a better setup than I did last time, but this is very tiresome, right? This is like these automations here, so I'm not touching there. So let's complete this measurement stuff. So again, I want to reparent this properly this time. We're gonna change the parenting here for all these. This will be parented here, and this will be parented here, and this is already parented to here. Yes, so this is already parented to the control I did. This here, it's already the case. Yes, so I think this is all set. Yeah, it's all set. So what I can do actually is I pick all this and I'm going to shift G, select by color. Let's get the chat here for, sorry about that. Well, nobody post anything, so that's fine. Let's rename this Control F2 object, no, type B to bones, and then find replace instead of map, tweak. And so now all these are, well, there's too much naming here. Let's shift, get all these ones, and shift H, there we go. So I continue making those things. I think I can clear those things. Isn't there an operation to... Oh, there's some data here. Measure distance, drag left mouse anywhere from your measure. Drag ruler segments to measure an angle. Oh, this is an angle measurement. Is that in relation to what? Oh, here. Interesting, I didn't know that. Okay, can we... Oh, this is an angle thing. It's not a maker of multiple, like in Google Maps. I see. This is just an angle thing. This needed a better icon there. X to remove the active ruler. Oh, just X. All right. And there's a... Ah, there needs to be an active ruler, which sometimes is how to select a ruler by its point, right? So yeah, so this can be a bit confused this way. And then control while dragging to snap. Oh, while... Okay, I can snap to... Alright, maybe to increment to grid. I'm not sure here how that works. Yeah, so finally shift while drag to measure surface thickness. Don't really get this one, but okay, we've learned something. So there are some cool measurement features there that sometimes they can also appear at the bottom, right? But enter to confirm, enable precision, control, enable snap. Yeah, so anyways, here there's more information. I didn't know there would be this kind of information in this. Is it different from... No, it's the same thing apparently. Okay, let's measure this thing. So just mapping for the bone here. We're gonna... No, I don't want this because let's place it here. About this for the bottom. Yeah, something like here. And then for the bottom we want about maybe this one, the central one. Maybe it has a bit more power than the other, and this one will be about, I don't know, just about here. It's too high for this bone, but maybe its location a bit strange according. And this one, I'm not sure, so maybe let's try about here. I'm imagining this. Wait, what I'm doing? This is wrong. This is the... It's this bone. It's the bottom eyelash. So it needs to... eyelid. It needs to go... When the eyelid bone, it can... Now the tweak eyelid bone, when it reaches about here, right? Alright. This seems to be good enough. Let's go on pause mode, because now we need to get the... this bone and change its stuff. So you're gonna target the tweak, yes, target the tweaks, all right, but you need to change the custom space. So I'll do this for, so here armature, and holding alt we're going to, let's see if alt works with this, except that it's 0.3, right? Okay, yes, the alt also works for the eyedropper. Oh, apparently some mistake here. Let's try again. Yes, it works for the eyedropper. Is that I didn't have the armature for both? No, that's... Okay, I don't know what happened there. Anyways, target here. So just change the target, then we need to get these measurements. So this will be negative, it's 0. It's negative, right? The measurement is not negative, never, but these are. And so here for this one, and for this one it will be... I've lost one measurement. Okay, just redo it on... So the bottom has something, yeah, exaggerated, that is okay. So here maximum is 0.14 actually, and negative 0.24 for the bottom. So now I can probably disable these things. I'm not gonna delete yet. Let's get the bone constraint here. It is local with parent, as already set. No extrapolate. There's too many bones here. Let's simplify this. So we need this, and this. Yes. So see that this rest position seems to be a bit stronger here. Let's solve this here. So, and also here, we don't need to move that much down, and here maybe we can improve this. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is too much, so this is why this will have some... We're getting some complications. So here we can probably solve with a better... with just a reposition of the mesh itself. But you see, this can be okay, right? Yeah, I think it's a bit too much for this, the up, so we should be very careful about the max, more than we are about the minimum, although here we can also have some intersections. So the idea here, maybe not move too much this one, so you just have to do something like that, and if we expand, yeah, then we can do a lot of other stuff. Okay, I think this is working. Then here we need to make the... I'm posing the wrong bone rate. Oh yes, I'm posing the... Okay, this is working. So I don't need these ones for now. Actually, just the Shift G color, Shift H. We just need this. So let's work here as the... So this moves up. I want to have this to move up. We don't need the map froms. So I'm gonna bring here. Does the collapsing thing is working? No, it's not. Alright, so as this moves up, let's also move this up. I want the, you see, it's flipped here, flipping, so we want to also make the maximum here move up, something about that. And here you can already get yeah, this is super interesting, but I'm not gonna add a highlight for this. This will be for the future. So, and here we get, see that I'm lacking some wave there. Something is very wrong about this. Yeah, so I want this to be moving up, but maybe not that much. This one is, then when we move down, let's reset. So when it moves down, nothing is happening. This one we already know. So here we want negative to go like that. Let's check again here. This sounds good. Looking okay for me. This helps closing the eye. I think maybe it's a bit too strong here, that we don't need this stuff. Yeah, it needs to be subtle in this character design. And maybe the bottom we can get just a little more, than we have to a little less, a lesser value, but then we need to compensate, of course, but here it's okay. Now for the bottom here, it's not working yet. Let's move it more, by a lot maybe. This one is one that we might want to exaggerate the as it goes minimum, we want to go positive. Yeah, something like that. Not that much, right? This is too strong. So just slightly should be nice. And of course, there is the problem of that wave rate. Need to readdress. That's really annoying to check, to spot, right? So here probably this value I want to exaggerate. The top one, yeah, maybe the top one we want to augment also. And because it's on mix add, we can always just repose. This can even rotate, right? So okay, this I think it's enough. Let's fix this wave, because I'm mostly sure there's something wrong here. And so let's select this bone. Well, oh yes, little waves on the others, right? So we need to, so to wave paint this, in this case we just get something like, yeah, I have the, let's move up here. What is this? Oh, reverse sort by name. They are always sorted by names, is that it? Ah. I didn't know that. Okay, so they get sorted by name even though, interesting. Let's save here. And then this is reverse, which can also, very good. I have never checked this, so very nice, very nice. Okay, but it's still not highlighting. Anyways, I wouldn't home and end, but we can use this instead, so that works. So I want to select here the eyelash vertices. So this will allow me to just wave paint this properly. So I'm going to go here. I have this one for this, no, this two vertex selection. I want to deselect all these ones. I don't want to be looking at the subdivision here. So just deselect all these. I don't have an automation for bottom and top, so it would be better, right? But okay, this for both eyelashes. I think I've okay. Now it's clear. We have this selection. I'm going to start wave painting this and actually retaking these waves. Gonna get back my stylus there and use a Wacom table, so this makes wave painting a bit more usable, right? Maybe we want some, yeah, we want to have some. So what I'm going to do here is just get these very strong waves here and then just re-blurring. Maybe they didn't work, the blurring was too strong. Let's start again. And maximize waves here. And then just start to yeah, so here probably I need to do something reverses, that there's no waves there, so this is why. Okay, so we're gonna use a slower smooth value here, and yeah, this is complicated, so we need to, yeah, I'm gonna take off the waves from here. What's happening? Holding control is not working. Did they mess up the... Is it possible that they... The subtract control is not working? It might be that this is not good. It's like the add and subtract is not here. Yeah, I think it was messed up. So I can't take off these waves from, but okay, this is not a tragedy. It is a tragedy, but for this case it's okay. I really want those waves there anyways, but what I want also is to just, let's get this, yeah, so that's what I want. So I want lesser waves there, so you can just do this. Alright, now I can pause here. Okay, you see that gets some influence. Maybe we can have more influence indeed. So gonna push this again. Just gonna minimize the blur here and maximize the waves here just in case. Add here and then maybe blur this, and just to make sure just this one, yeah, very slightly. Alright, it is not looking good yet because yeah, that's better. You see that it barely doesn't have waves on that other corner, so maybe I want some Okay, this is a little better. Okay, let's get this one now. And here, this is very important bone, so I'll just ignore the previous work. I'm gonna massively increase waves here and just start reducing, but very slightly. Right, and then here, this one is a problem, right? We cannot push them, so we're gonna just start reducing from here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just blur here. So we want this influence to be pushed more strongly there from the central bone, so that, yes, so now it has some influence on that, which seems to be better. And also, let's work a little on this, give here some, that seems to be a bit bad in this one, in this case, right? So maybe I need, yeah, I'm not liking this, so maybe this is too strong. Let's reduce, I mean. Oh, the control is working, but it is not doing the add subtract thing. So this is the problem. I think this is because of this brush that I'm using. It's not the add and alright, so I think I just tried this. Yeah, this seems to be okay, even though there's still problem with that one. Then I'm gonna pick the last one. Of course, it relates a lot to what this one will do. So first of all, let's push some waves there. We have a generic influence to start with, and let's start blurring. And yeah, so maybe here we don't want that much influence. Yeah, this is better. Here we can probably reduce these ones here a little more, and here we can give some variation of influence, so you have some we have the possibility to have some variation, right? That might look better. It will depend on the result that we want. Maybe more waves for this one and less for here. Yeah, a bit awkward. And of course, if I keep blurring here, I won't have good results. So let's try to push more waves there and here. Yeah, this is a little better. So it can pull the whole thing in a more aggressive way, and this then just gonna make an adjustment here. Alright, I think that should be it. So now I can yeah, it looks a bit odd. There's some controls here that are behaving strangely. Maybe I got some dependency cycle. What is this invalid area? Gizmo map? I have no idea what is that, folks. Okay, my blender is crashing. Very strange thing there. I didn't save, we'll have to go back. Alright, so since close program. Alright, so folks, let's go back and alright, so we have some where these came from. Oh, okay, but the 6 dependency. Maybe it's some. Oh yeah, maybe this came from some. Oh, it seems to be solving itself. At least the other thing that was crashing seemed to have vanished. Yeah, I think these waves were preserved. Here, let's just make another retake on this one. I will just, in this case, push here. And try to reduce the slightly reduce the influences there. Yeah, maybe just a little more. No, not that much. Just about a little more, yes. Even a little more. Okay, something like this. And now, let's be careful here. Don't have the... It looks a bit weird, the interaction of it. Maybe this shouldn't be that strong. No, it probably should. So here we have, maybe it's just a single vertex. Yeah, maybe it needs to maintain some pressure here. And here also this one, I'm concerned about this, so because the central one has just one little vertex. It's not looking very nice, right? So probably you need more. There's not enough geometry, right, currently, so it needs to be redistributing the waves in a better. I can of course change this, so let's go on edit mode. Maybe I should just relocate some of these vertices a little. This can help in the repositioning these, changing some of the. No, we have no, this is like that. Yeah, it's not an end gone. So maybe these we can, then reducing these, GG, 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 changing a little the. This is a triangle, so the face, it really doesn't matter. It depends on the other. The face it will form in the end. This seems to be nice, I think. Let's see. Of course, here we don't have the. Okay, so this is still not working the way I expected. It's like I needed another bone or stiff, right? It's not doing its job properly. On the top it's better, it doesn't have this thing, so I think I just need to readdress the waves here. But I did, so I don't understand why this is maybe it's too much waves that are. So let's go back here, hide. We want the eyelashes here. So maybe this was a mistake. And then I need to make a stronger variation on these waves. Exceptionally for this one. And so this is Control spacebar 1, not working. They changed the shortcut. How do I change the toggle the Shift spacebar brush? Oh, okay. There is and then we type, but brush, I was looking for the tool, right? So yeah, another thing they have to adjust. So I can Shift X. Yeah, so this is not 1, let's make it 1, there we go. No, it's still not 1. Now it is 1. Alright, then now I think it is curving, sort of. Yeah, much better now. And you see we got, even in low poly, this is. Then yes, here, because of the character design, I probably will have to handle a small setting here. Yeah, I need to fix this stuff. But before that, let's just fix this this bone system here. Symmetrize, right? Symmetrize these bones. Yeah, they are all selected. This is not pose mode, this is edit mode, so symmetrize. So now I'll have the automation. The automation is done, but it might require some better retakes later, but we can say that I completed this automation here today. Today is 20 November. So all this is passed, except that melt rigging. This is what is melt rigging here? Apply, setup, enforce. There's no more melt rigging stuff here, folks. Ah, the shape keys, yeah. So there will only be this. So here now we want to improve this mesh. So of course I want a simplified mesh, but you see we have this separation here. We also have one here, but we have a problem here. This curvature, maybe it's no more good. So I have two choices. One is to make a subdivision in the middle, more mesh. And the other is really to anyways, this vertex I will have to reposition. Yes, so I think the safest way, because it's very delicate to mesh, I think I need this thing. So we're gonna make this indeed okay, this is in the center, right? And I hate this, of course, but Shift is 0.3. We are going to how to solve the topology here. So this could be just like a I certainly don't want to mess up this, so yeah, I don't want to destroy this artwork here. So there's a lot of bad things here, so I just need to, yeah, maybe I'll have to sacrifice something. So can be so since we are here, let's snap here, and yes, let's move this up. This will follow the curvature of the eye, not this. This, we want to move it up. We're gonna change this a little, move it to the side. GG here, let's snap. We're gonna make this slightly different. GG. They are snapping, right? This mesh is very collapsed. It's not collapsed, it's like moving along the eye surface. This one not. So I can smooth this to simplify. Yes, you have this beautiful curvature here, and then it goes inward, right? The eye hole, then eye socket maybe, then now I can probably, oh, I can do that. So here I need to, oh, I think I made a big giga mistake here. I've lost my progress. How? Shape keys. No, this is the basis. So what happened that I've lost my progress? Okay, let's do it again then. GG. It's like it's snapping to something else. Oh, the armature. Let's hide the armature. Alright, so this is beyond my understanding right now. Snapping to individual origins. Maybe it's something about the closest. Include non-edited, exclude non-selectable. No. Rotation, maybe this is bugged. Maybe it's suffering from some shrink wrapping. No. Maybe it's the armature. No. Oh, none of these are on edit mode, so it's not a shape key thing. No, it is, of course, this messed up the shape key. I have to. It was locked. You see what happened? It's, yeah, so very dangerous. So I didn't know about that. So it's that dangerous to yeah, so I was editing this on the shape key. I'm glad to load here. Yeah, but that was not. I need to propagate this. It's all for the mouth anyways, so yeah, I've been making changes to the geometry, so let's just bring all this stuff and yeah. Let's save here. I'm gonna even save another incremental here. So I think the way to go is vertex, propagate, blend from shape. No, propagate, apply select vertex location to all other shape keys. Yes, this is what I want. Doesn't work. So there's something. No, hold on. It worked. It just doesn't auto-update. So, good. Alright, so that... Maybe it was because of this locking thing, right? So, very strange. Anyways, let's get the next thing going on here. Going back to the basis. Snapping, of course. Now this thing, yeah, now I need to bring this down. So there'll be a big gap here, but I think this is okay. Just trying to get some smooth curvature there. This is just for the character design. Alright, and here gonna just rematch this. So instead of this just one going to the center, I have multiple ones which are going to right, and here I probably can collapse all this actually, what is this? There's okay, so now I have to separate this, so have a change here. I'm gonna delete the entire face, and this will end. Yeah, so here I have this choice where this will be unsnapped. So I can try to, maybe I can merge at center here. Okay, the face is correct, but this is yeah, this is a quad, this is fine. We can separate this, bring it like here. And now you have something that resembles more to that, right? We can probably simplify this even. Merge at last. Or actually dissolve, no? Oh, I see. So we can bring this like here. We can probably get this here and get this thing here, then shift E 0.3, we can control E clear seam, control E mark seam, so just getting some. Does this has edge crease? No, so 0.3. This triangle here, merge at last to simplify, and here we got this triangle, no need, we can just V and F and subdivide and merge at last, and mark seam, and just in case, does this has crease? This one doesn't have, right? I knew something was wrong. This crease is just a detail. Okay, all seems to be good, except that I'm gonna push this now. I have probably to revise these waves, but for now, yeah, this is much better, right? For the character design. What is happening here? Oh, here, Shift 0.3, there we go. We can smooth this thing. So now this can probably have this follow-up there. GG, and this can also... Yeah, so this is probably... Oh, we have a triangle here. I didn't solve anything. Let's just make the triangle the last one. Okay, so probably these shape keys are again going crazy. So I want to dissolve that. So I'm gonna just repropagate this. Okay, I like how it is much better to work like that. And okay, when I go back and forth in edit mode, it gives me that, but this is the shape keys madness. So I'm gonna just redo that step. The bottom eyelash is not so pronounced as the upper one. So I'm going to get here and edit mode vertexes. Actually gonna... This is very dangerous, right? I was about to destroy all my shape keys. Now I need to have a selection. So I'm going to add these ones and vertex propagate from shapes. Then now I think that okay, that is done. So let's lock all those things, and here now if I make changes here, I believe that won't affect the... Yeah, this... I think this just happens when we... Yeah, when we are adding geometry, right? So if I add here, it will again create some madness. Let's make a quick test here. Now it unlocked thing. Let's get here and here. And nothing seems to have been affected. However, let's lock this. Well, nothing seemed to be... Alright, so I don't know, folks. It might have been because there was... This shape key was having some influence there. Some rogue morphing there, so that's why it started to go crazy. Here it looks like we need some reposition of some faces here, just in case. All right. Make better alignment with this. Let's try this. Yeah, this triangle here, not this diamond quad, is always has been a little troublesome to handle, but I think it's manageable. But yeah, it's not super nice. Maybe I have to find a better low poly solution here, or maybe just change the way this thing is oriented. Now this is hard to set up like here, so here let's move this a little more like here since we can, and let's see, I think this is accurate here. This one we GG here can do something like that. Let's make some tests here. Yeah, so some wave painting to address, but we've got the automation at least. Something is broken here. Oh, this is the top. Maybe I made some change to the parenting. They need the retakes because I've changed the structure, right? The problem is that they... Okay, no, let's fix this. Is not too hard. So basically it's just let's get these ones, and this instead they will be parented to yeah, so they will be parent to, they'll have a new parent, which is this control main I top, which is the feature of the top. These then in their turn they get parented their respective tweaker. Then this, the eyelid, it's already parent to the control eyelid, which is yeah, it's handle. Alright, so not to be confused with this handle, is something else. So with this new setup I can pose these ones. So probably these ones I should, yeah, then I need to retransfer all the copy transforms. Okay, let's do this. It's boring, and also the shrink wrap thing. Yeah, so oh, that is simpler. This will break some of the not break, this will make the rig a little more awkward, but yeah, before let's finish the basics for the parenting thing. Leo's Cave, welcome. I think it's snapping to the object that, sorry, I haven't seen the chat. The chat here in YouTube is, it's yeah, miserable chat. Sorry, I think it's snapping to the object that's using subdivisions, which could be the eye. Yeah, this is oh, yeah, 14 minutes ago. So basically it was the snapping thing. Yeah, I was handling this thing, right? Well, probably I was using this. I think it's not the object that is using subdivisions. This one was, but it was off, which could be the eye. The eye doesn't, yeah, it is using subdivision. Yes, it is snapping, but it was doing something, it was going forward, right? There's no floating object above, unless the shrink wrap had some crazy value, which is not the case. This value here is it was not something like here, it was just a very low value. Okay, something crazy happening here, folks. When I just re-enabled the... Okay, so just got a new problem here. This subdivision... How this... Oh, maybe some change. Okay, maybe I need to readdress this one then. Okay. Okay, there's no problem if this is... But this can augment the intersections. So there's another technique here that I know. And again I have this problem here, which is related to the... is the ghost mesh, which has a different shrink wrap. Oh, that is a... yeah. I see, this is a lot of potential for problems. I have to revise some stuff here. Okay, 0.01. What is the default? Zero 0.02. This is too much. So okay, so in this case, yeah, there's the problem of having this too high value is that then if I want to pose the eyelids, then sometimes we can get some easy intersections. This is not happening, so it seems to be safer right now. So thanks for the tip indeed. There was something related to the subdivision indeed. But apparently I've already addressed some of the culprits. So, alright, so here let's get, leave the chat now in a more visible way so you can follow what's going on. Alright folks, so here the pose mode, these relation lines are annoying. So I need to continue the parenting here, right? So let's get, just making sure. Okay, I think this pose that. Okay, those posings are working. Just to make sure, yes, this is parent to the proper tweak bone. Just double checking. Yes, so now I need to, yeah, let's make a highlight here, folks. Folks, here I have I'm updating a setup for the face because I'm using this tweak bone, which has better alignments instead of this simple control bone, which is a handle for a bendy bone spline. So this relates to the eyelids, control bones and deform bones, whatever. So I have this tweak, and the problem is that this one, they have the blue bones here, the old ones that I was using for controlling before this one existed, is just parented to it. It holds all the bone constraints. So how we can solve this? This will create some changes because I've made all this copy transform for proportional posing automation, as I call it. So have this kind of stuff here going on and different rates of motion, right? All this I've set up in relation to these bones, in relation to their local spaces orientation, you see. So but no matter, they also have a shrink wrap in the end, so they can shrink wrap to the eye surface there, you see. Otherwise we can, so this is a special shrink wrap that it's just outside, so that means that it can shrink, it cannot go be posed inside the eye, but it can still go outside with a little pull, right? If you pull a little, it gets outside. So we can pose not the eyelid. The eyelid mesh is a little different, but we can push the eyelash in and out to some extent. Okay, so what I need to do now is just I'm gonna show you how to transfer this. So I have made a shortcut here. So it's shift click, shift select here. So I'm gonna use this operation, which is very easy. Could use copy attributes also to copy bone constraint also works, yes. Or copy selected bone constraint is a extension inbuilt, just install it from the. But I'm gonna use another operation. I think it's faster in this case. Is the constraint here, pose menu constraints, and then copy constraints to selected bone. Shift Alt C. I made this extra shortcut, which is similar to the other. So Shift Alt C. Now I'm gonna just disable these ones. I could just delete. Yeah, we can totally delete. Yeah, doesn't matter. Oh, there's a Control Alt C instead for all deleting everything. So this is default Control Alt C. So just gonna do the same for all of them. There's no bone constraints in the tweakers, so this is safe to do. Otherwise it will override any existing and will copy exactly what we have here, I think. So okay, let's Shift Alt C, and then for this one Control Alt C. And then I fix all this, but the resulting here should be the similar. For the automation, it shouldn't have changed much, so maybe I don't have to change anything. We'll see. And then, yeah, so I'm gonna just finish doing that, folks. So Shift Alt C. Oh, I forgot the screencast. Sorry, folks. My Blender crashed. So Control Alt C to delete. Shift Alt C to copy. Control Alt C to delete. Shift Alt C to copy. Then select this one. Control Alt C to delete. Shift Alt C to copy. And for this one only, Control Alt C to delete. And that is it. So all these ones, they have nothing. They sort of inverted, and these ones got everything. And then of course, so let's check if, well, the setup doesn't seem to be doing anything miserable. Of course I need to symmetrize next, but this seems to be, there's a little bone here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the automation is working as the other, as before mostly. I don't really spot any critical things, so I think that can be around. These are the main, but these are more parenting stuff, so it's kind of dirty, but it gets the job done faster, right? Parenting is simpler. Then just get everything from here and let's symmetrize, and I think now this is clear. Alright folks, so this is how we can easily address this sort of issue of swapping bone constraints between bones. Alright folks, so now that this was fixed, I think there is, oh yeah, the eyebrow is not showing here. The eyebrow. So here, let's see. Yeah, I have some strange interaction there with this bone, but this is just some poor automation, right? This is, they can always, I probably should improve that later, but for now I don't know exactly what would be the best case solution. You see all the eyes, yeah, this is working very nice, even though there's still some strange poses here that can cause some, that's ideal, but it already is working a lot, right, folks? So I could have some automation for the pupils. There are many tutorials about that, so this is not something. Yeah, we can just add here controls for the pupil, but this is probably be done offline. So I control iris pupil driver. Just probably this can only be done with driver in my setup because it's shading thing. Alright, so I think this concludes what I wanted to show regarding the eyelid. So actually I need to make sure that I won't be doing this on the live, right? So I'm gonna just give it a special something that will be very hard to not see. So I'll not be doing this on live stream, so yeah, red will make it critically clear what I mean. So wrong. So here I'd like to do more stuff, but today yeah, remaining shape keys for the inverse sonic note. So maybe start doing this, right? And then because I probably won't be completed this. Let's see. This does the to-do list. Yeah, this to-do list also has some happy, sad, delta, combined person, white tone. It's kiss shape. Okay. Hold on, folks. Gotta simplify this stuff. So yeah, probably I'll have to retake all these things. Well, at least double check, but basically maybe rounded I think I did rounded. So happy, sad, and deltas and kiss. Yeah, so let's copy this. And here I think this is and here's to be revised probably. Hold on. I'm not gonna. Let's copy this. Alright, sorry for this is not interesting, right? So let's just copy these things here so I can have this vision. This is better. So I started with happy, sad. So what I need to do here, folks, is that I have some shape keys for the melt expression. We'll go back to the melt rig. Oh, also let's get these bones, which are no more control bones, right? We're gonna move them to, gonna even change their colors to some or display to something like here. And so we're gonna move this to the eyelids. Yeah, eyelids. So they are the handles for the eyelids. So they, as you can see here now. And what color this is? Okay, so this is a darker color. That's fine. So we don't need them in the control rig anymore. So this is why I've moved them, because now we have this tweak, which are better. And probably for the tweak I should create some, since we are here, can we create tweaks for all of them simultaneously? Let's check here. So have the bone widget add-on. Let's get, what would be tweak for eyes, for eyelid bones? I think it's usually they use a sphere, or maybe this one. This one's half sphere, might be nice. Then create. Oh yeah, this works. Then match bone transforms, symmetrize shapes. No, didn't work for some reason. Well, let's get here and hide the, I think I did something wrong. Shift G, move to control face. No, this is not move. This is something. Oh, this is okay. Ah, this is a bone manager add-on, right? That this is why this was conflicting some way. I don't know how to use this. What's parent and parent? I have no idea. But this is not the. So this is why I've had to make the Alt M shortcut. Okay, let's do this. So bone collections, move to collection. This is the conflicting tips. Change Alt M. So this is Alt M. Move this to control face. All right. Yeah, actually this was wrong. Alt M to control face. Then okay, this is now working. Then maybe I want, we're gonna invert these ones. Yeah, first change the scales. So we're gonna, can we edit multiple at the same time? Apparently not, but well, this is one widget, so no, it's, yeah, so okay, let's do this. Match bone transforms. Let's hide this, we don't need. Let's also hide everything else. Yeah, so here I have to learn a little about how to make this thing better, because it can get confusing. So edit, I want to reduce this more. Okay, it can be, okay, this is maybe even a little smaller. This is simple to set up, right? So all right, then symmetrize shape, not working. This is seems bugged. Match bones, resync. Okay, so maybe this is something about the Okay, symmetry. Maybe it's something about the Blender 4.3.0 that it has not. It broke the add-on. The add-on needs some retake. So can I reuse this same? So let's try to delete clear bone widgets for this. Can I? Yeah, the problem is how do I bring it to be reused so in the same manner, right? So this, can we just this doesn't work with this operation currently, so so this is the library thing that I don't know how it works. So I don't want to use the I know they don't do the same thing, right? If I start adding stuff here, they would work differently. Can I? Maybe it's another version. I think this is totally free. It's add-on. So I cannot reuse. It's also how to bring something there. Yeah, I already tried. It wasn't successful. Not remove. So it's probably something about the import widget. But yeah, let's do the hard way then. So it's just create, and then we get these two, and we edit. Try to edit both, but we select both, but it just edit one by one. So maybe I just get a scale 0.1, no, scale 0.5, scale 0.4. Yeah, so get this value, and that should do. Then do this edit scale 0.2, no, 0.4. Okay, this one we just remake. It will be like delete clear bone widget, create, edit here, select all, scale 0.4. all right, then edit scale 0.4 and rotate X. I did rotate X 180, scale 0.04. last one, the rest is symmetrization, scale 0.4 and rotate X 180 degrees, and there we go. So these are sort of noobish maybe it's not that I don't have good taste, I just don't really know what is better. I need to animate more and see more examples. It's just I'm just too new to this stuff. Not that new, but yeah, if I animated like tons of different characters from different rigs, from different projects, from different yeah, I would have a better understanding of better mental library of what this what is better here, right folks? So here let's just let's just get these bones by color, and no, okay, so actually it's the shift control M, select mirror, but actually active only. Now there's nothing is working here, so we're gonna get this manual selection then, or actually you can do this and then pick them and then make sure they are all indeed selected, symmetrize, and there we go, finally. So yeah, this looks pretty weird, but at least we have some variation now. Yeah, it's a bit better to visualize now for posting, but they are still terrible. Maybe if they are very tiny, yeah, that will be better. So to edit them simultaneously, yeah, so in that case I could make some very terrible idea here, because this will not be automated by the other, but yeah, we can just scale down here. So like hold out 0.5, hold out, no, okay, hold out 0.5 and hold out, okay, now it's better, yeah. So these things will not update on the widget add-on, but bone widget, but it's data that are only here, but that's okay. It makes the rig a bit disorganized if we have to maintain, but the fact is that this works better. So despite the add-on, some features by default are still vanilla, is still good sometimes. Alright folks, so here the shape keys for the mouth, right? Oh, and I've lost this thing, right? Let's bring this up. Screencast keys add-on, let's extension now. It was upgraded. So about here, I think. Alright, so for the shape keys on the mouth, let's get here these bones, and let's get the, yeah, not this collection, we need the mouth. There we go, this should be sufficient. So here's the bone for the shape keys of the mouth. So we have a round, yeah, so I'm gonna rotate this and this. So I have this I've retaken, this I think I have retaken, this I haven't because this is a delta, this is another delta thing that I need to retake, yes, this is nothing. So why okay, so maybe I should do this in a different, so this is happy, this is sad, right, makes more sense, and then this, which is tall, could be the, so this is puff cheeks, I might have to, so then this might be, so I have this rotation, which, so alright, so I might have to combine with, so this one we make a rotation too, this one. So many shapes are working, right? But I want more, right? It is not completed. We cannot say that the rig is done if we leave as it is. Yeah, so this update on the axis, I'll just note here because it's interesting, but update axis for driving axis for mouth shape keys, right? I'll remember what it is. So yeah, we've done already too much today, I think, in this fixing there, and there are many things that we'll need to retake. But for me, yeah, this shape keys, let's just make one, then the happy, right? So to make this, what I need is that I have this atomic shape key, which is a constant one. So you see, the regular base mesh of the model is that. This is the basis, but this is the anatomic clip. So I've already made some presentation of that before, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. So the thing is that I need to add, I've made all of those, or the ones that I did previously, like including this delta here, without this. So I totally forgot that it was necessary. Just as certain object modifiers, sometimes you need to have them on edit to know, like sometimes perhaps the armature modifier, not the case anymore for me, because that was nightmarish, can cause a lot of confusion, but this is much simpler. Is the shape key for this. So I need to make, for example, this happy one. I need to validate it by just rotating this here, right? So rotate -90 in this case. I'm gonna change this. This is the maximum one, I think. We can simply access here. Yeah, it is the maximum one. It doesn't seem to have any. I'm gonna unlock it and I'll work on it. So no extrapolate. So this is range 0 to 1. So that's very simple, straightforward, and that's it. So I'm gonna just retake this. It's working, right? It's not super bad, but we want to improve this. So we can probably improve this expression. So yes, I'm unlocked and I just need to. The problem is that here I'm not having the shrink wrap feature. So this can be a little, yeah, so we can do some sculpting here even, might be better. Grab. I can make this happy mouth a little better maybe. It doesn't need to be as it was conceived before. You can have some difference, but this time you see that the lips are there. So I need to make those changes while maintaining the good shape of the anatomic lips. Maybe you want more. So here maybe I'll be better off with also some proportional posing. See what's happening here to this lips corner. So this is, I have to try to manually solve this in this happy, and I can, of course, because this is a happy, we can make some special features for it. Why not? With some wrinkling there, and of course the mesh is starting to get disorganized here. So I'm just going to try to solve some stuff in here and then some other stuff in the unedit mode. And yes, this is shape key, so we can, in principle, we can go creative here. Don't need to respect too much, right? It's sometimes it's the opportunity to get a wild, right? But still there are a lot of restraints, right? Despite some freedom, I think Maya's is better. I've read, or I was talking to, proportional editing here should be good. You see that the mesh there is going crazy. Maybe I have to make some smoothing here, so things can be very dangerous here if I don't know what I'm. Yeah, I probably already bricked the lips, but this is sort of expected to happen for the mouth corner, right? It collapses a lot of mesh, so this is quite dangerous. But I think in the end the morph will work, even though it could be, yeah, I might be breaking important stuff here. in the, because there's also the going process, right? We can probably smoothing might help. What I cannot forget is that I'm shaping here the lips, so I need to preserve the best. I need to not only preserve, actually I need to morph the best anatomic lip I can. So this is a new shape, basically, literally, this is not, because it's like I'm remaking the anatomic lip, the constant one, just for this happy. So it has, we can also inspect here what is happening. So sometimes here this can help to visualize perhaps if things are completely distorted in terms of the morphs, then maybe that can help. But in principle I should be modeling or sculpting. Yeah, I see that one. Maybe this was causing some big issues. Yeah, this was very displaced. This seems to be also very displaced. So here, see, by localizing the vertices properly, then we can probably now get a better way of moving everything all together. So you can probably try to smooth this, maybe for better results, better distribution here. Even though I'm messing up, yeah, I don't have the worst thing here is that I don't have the reference, or at least let's say one of the worst things. So here I'm not trying to be realistic here with the anatomy of the certain things that I think are more useful for the, because these expressions are mostly based on the 3D references that I want. So I'm not trying to follow some sort of strict anatomistical approach, even though there are certain features that will look good in 3D, because this is, if it's not 2D, but it's half 2D in the sense of the references. So like this wrinkle, I think that is called, can still be a good thing to have, right? So this is what I'm talking about, but I'm not trying to respect all the, I don't even know, right, all the by heart, right? I could easily assess some references of and know exactly how the skin, the muscles tend to deform. No, they tend to work, right, in the real mouth, or something that is stylistically but realistic, but that try to follow some realistic reference. So here it's not the case. I'm just really trying to get whatever looks good, but for the cartoon. It's not that maybe I'm losing something good if I tried to get better reference from anatomic. Maybe I could have achieved even more interesting results, but I doubt that. I think it is looking good, because when I draw, I just don't care too much about certain features when I draw this style, right? I mean, because it is too stylized to even have the chance to appear certain features. There are some cartoony, more Western, European, or even American cartoons, Disneyan maybe, but not only Disneyan, some that are very good on making cartoony mouth expressions, which are way more interesting to the more crude anime stuff, manga anime. Not that they are crude, I mean it's a different approach. So I'd say that my experience, I really respect I've drawn a lot of, I'll show what is my case here. I used to draw manga or try to draw something closer when I was very young, or younger, right? Much younger. Then I had to migrate to something more personal, right? That took me a long time because I wasn't very creative for that. I was sort of imprisoned by the anime school, so that was really, really bad. But my struggle in the end was paid off because I ended up finding, by having access to other stylistic reference, trying to learn to draw other things. So this is why I'm very critical, because then I knew that the cartoony approach they were able to make, even sometimes referencing manga or not, but doesn't matter, but the cartoon school, they are very, very good also. It's not like, oh, anime is expressed, manga is expressed. No, it is expressed, but in certain ways that is not the cartoony Western way. So the Japanese cartoon is very peculiar, and of course the very different than, and I think it's not a question of being richer or not, but the Western cartoon don't care about certain, they really are more interesting anatomically speaking. And now I'm not talking that anime school is all the same thing. No, there are different styles even in the genre, right? It's just a genre. There might be very good cartoonists there that makes things different. Maybe even I like the cartoonist itself, the Akira Toriyama that Dragon Ball, right? I mean more the Dragon Ball than the Dragon Ball Z. Of course, I like the fights of Dragon Ball Z, but this story is garbage. It's well done, but it's like it's big money, big success. But it's funny, right? It's not garbage, but it's. I mean, I prefer other things, right? That's it. But I mean the Akira Toriyama cartoon. You see the drawing he doing Dragon Ball. This I really respect, because you see that his cartoon is not just this kind of manga. Well, I'm big fan. I was of Rumiko Takahashi, the Ranma, right, and Inuyasha and all that. So, but I came from the old school stuff, right? So, and so this not so old school, but yeah, old school. And then, but. So they were deep into the cartoony expressions of anime. Those two artists, I think, they did pretty well. But Akira Toriyama, in particular, he didn't care much about making his anime manga expressions uncute. Let's say cute in a more, how do you say? I'd say in a Western way, in the sense of the caricatural aspect. And this I respect a lot. Not that Rumiko Takahashi did that very well, but she was more in the anime thing of the cuteness, while the satirical, almost satirical deformations of the cartoony expressions, 2D, right, of Kirito was very nice. So I don't know how to draw those things, right? Well, I can try. I know, right? I just don't do it by heart very much, and I wish I had more in. But so I know that for that, the best school is the American cartoon, even the BD, bande dessinée, Franco-Belgian cartoon school, and other maybe even. But because they don't procure necessarily cuteness, so they go deep into the exaggeration of the anatomy, the cartoonization, which is not trivial. And I know this is not trivial because I haven't learned from that. I learned from mostly manga anime, and that sort of I got addicted to some stylizations that are sort of raw in the end. And I was very frustrated because for many reasons I just didn't want and couldn't draw the other approach of cartoony expressions, but I liked them when I saw them. So it's like a bit contradictory, right? And so this is something that I intend to improve on. So the problem is that my style is too close to the anime. So I need to get something, I need to brick something on my own style in order to be able to make those expressions, that Western cartoon expressions that I'm talking about, the more satirical ones. But the artists in the West are going beyond, right? Because now they are even making all they did before with more cuteness, let's say. So this is some stuff that I'm intending to use for my style, but I can't really draw those things on my own without some study, right? Investigation. And what I know, which is interesting, is that 3D modeling or rigging or 3D artwork, right, is helping me to make this step forwards. Because when I'm making this stylistic stuff, you see the smile is starting to work a little better, but we can improve this. What happens is that I am forced to try to adapt my 3D style to the 3D, and that kind of brings the idea that I need to start to like some more realistic expressions that relates to 3D usually, and that relates to the satirical, the more caricatural aspects of the 3D cartoons. And so this is a way to go to get me inside this this whole school. So it's helping me in the character design aspect. So I start to appreciate and even make and start to better understand what we can do in 3D, or even in how it will work in 2D, even for this cartoony variation of expressions, right? Because then in the 3D we start to have another problem, that we have like anatomic by default, because it's 3D art, right? So you have the masses, the volumes, the shapes, and the geometry and all that, and that starts already to shape something that is not 2D like. It's 3D like, it's naturalistic, and like it forces the artist into some patterns which are not very nice sometimes for the character design, but we have to handle that, to deal with that. And we can, the good part of this, at least, well, the bad part certainly is that it is very hard to make 2D looking like expressions in 3D. This is why I'm making all this series and all this stuff, but taking so long to make these facial expressions for this character. So that's the bad part, but the good part is that well, we can address, it's good to explore this more realistic and cartoony expressions, because it's everywhere. Even if we don't want, we start to see that, oh, maybe for that expression we need to do something like that. Oh, there's a bulge or some part here under the chin, we need to bring this, maybe something like that. You got the idea, right? And maybe here this mass needs to expand because there's some flesh here, that and all that, right? So we start to pay attention to things that makes sense, maybe not in drawing, in certain styles at least of drawing, but then it makes sense in the 3D space, right? And if you don't do these things in 3D, it just looks, well, this is weird, that doesn't seem to be working. It can be better, yeah, and if you do it, it just looks better by default. But of course there should be exceptions. Alright, so you see I have some shading issues there, but maybe this is something that will disappear in this. Yeah, it seems to vanish here, so it's about. And maybe here I can just rework the normals. So this would be, I'm not really satisfied with this smile, right, to be fair, but I can't say it wasn't retaken. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I need to exaggerate it because, right, say there's a range. So the main idea here of this smile is not to have a perfect smile here, is just to improve some of the mesh, because you see what it does. So this, because then we can actually use more bones to eclipse, right, to improve this smile even more, right? So this is the whole idea, right? So this is why I don't need to solve the smile entirely on the shape key. This is not exactly the objective. The shape key is just an exaggerator for the mesh rotations or the mesh. So I don't need to deform the mesh as much with the skinning method, and I can still achieve the better results. So this is why this is for, folks. This is a combined method, but it's very, very complicated. So I think this works. So I'd say that, I need to fix a little more stuff. So this is, right, yeah, I can go do this forever, right? It's never perfect, right, in my vision, but it doesn't need to be perfect, right? So can't be that stupid. We need to do make a decision, and eventually this will lead to what would be an acceptable result for those shape keys, right? So yeah, so probably what I would like here, we can do some stuff here, maybe pick these, improve the rotation, right? And then we need to favorize this, favorize, I don't know, maybe pick this, make this, the bottom lip maybe a little larger, I don't know. Here maybe, yeah, it seems to be losing some mass, some volume here. This might happen because the way the mesh gets changed here, it's too drastical. Maybe I pick just this face loop. So here for the top, maybe you have something that is not good here, so maybe you can just redesign this totally. And here we can probably bring this already. Let's see how is the... I'm a little bit lost here in the geometry. Reset what this is to be like. So I go here for the object. What kind of selection is this? Alright, so this one is like the continuation, right? It's still in the front, but it's closer to this. At least for the top, right? It's complicated, right? So here, and this is the corner. Yeah, these are the corner, even for the front. So, alright, so this is why I've made these different materials, so we can't have a better, so rotate -90. Let's address here. Yeah, so this is the corner, so that means that I need to the edge, right, the outer edge, the frontal edge of this. So I'm gonna, not this one, so I'm not using proportion, I'm gonna pull this forward. Maybe I'm gonna try to reverse this, pulling them backwards, something like that. Might be a bit strange, but... And here I'm gonna try to just reshape this in some way that might look better. This is being a bit hard to navigate here. So as we reach here for the corner of the lip, maybe you need to shrink this and start to make the mesh collapse. Yeah, I see this is very hard. Like hard, it's time consuming, right? It can be pretty annoying. And this, now the mesh, I'd say it's organized, right? Imagine if it was not. So this can be very nightmarish, folks. So do not underestimate lips, corners. And so here maybe we need some, let's pull this like here. Yeah, this is the corner, so maybe we can place this forward, something like that. And this we want them more, maybe more into the inside. And this also, yeah, so here is, I think, where I'm failing. Yeah, this is for the style. I'm not sure, this is, it's like they are too large. Maybe I've exaggerated, or there's something wrong about the upper lip. So basically, maybe I need to do some changes here. Like this can maybe be put back, GG, 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 and GG, and then this one maybe, yes, this one maybe you need to protrude. And then this doesn't need to spike that much. This one needs more, okay, something like that. And then at the same time we can, it's like I'm scaling down the, I can smooth this, move like here. Let's also here, maybe here for this lip here on the top, maybe try to maintain some consistency with the anatomic lip, but this will look strange. I just don't have enough geometry to do this, so just try to do a little work up here, but it's probably wrong. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Let's just follow the flow here. I think it improved. And here maybe I just need to scale this mesh down, use some proportional editing, scale this down with proportional editing, move this like this. Here we can probably move this more. Here I want this to be more. Let's rotate this like here. You see that it's hard to have the follow-up here of the curvature. And this like this will probably break a lot of stuff. Super exaggerated, but this is what I want, right? This is the idea here, is really to have the edge is not even appearing properly here. It's been okay, at least I see it now. GG. Yeah, maybe I need to pull this out, pull this, push this in. And here just, yeah, now we see more trouble here. Okay, I'll take off proportional editing for a moment. Yeah, this is see the vertices there, so this will help. GG. Let's try to approximate all this. GG here, yes, GG. Maybe pull this inwards a little. And this just the corner again. Maybe this we can. I think I'm almost done here. Gonna save. GG sometimes doesn't work on shape keys editing like I'm doing. Here, for example, it failed for some strange reason. Maybe you can smooth some things. Yeah, this might help. Yeah, here something is very bad. Yeah, we clearly see that something is very bad. Maybe smooth this face. Sometimes it's said not even smooth helps, right? Ah, here we see that we can do. Oh yeah, good. Okay, and then we get some mad faces inside that I have been. If we hide the arcade, yeah, probably I should be editing that too. So let's get into that. Let's hide the mouth stuff, and let's hide this thing here. All this thing is the mouth interior. Let's try to make some additions here. That if we smooth this, maybe we can achieve something. Okay, it's not so much distorted except this part here. Yeah, this part is horrible. Let's try to smooth this. Yeah, this seems to be a good solution. Smoothing these can be dangerous, so not. I think this is the bottom lip. Yeah. Again, the screencast, I need to move it down. A little more, yeah. Let's smooth this, will help, then good idea. Let's move this one. Let's move this one all together, and okay, let's try to reposition some of these faces here. Alright, I think this is almost done, and that can work. Let's just move these perhaps back with proportional editing. Let's move this forward a little so we can get this, close the gap here between the lips. Maybe here, yeah, so the geometry here is not helping too much. Maybe pull this a little more to the side can help. This probably was a mistake. No, this is difficult. Okay, but from the distance it seems to be working. Let's do this. Yeah, it's good to maintain this. Smooth this other face loop, and maybe smooth everything just once, very slightly, and I think that's it. So it's very exaggerated, but I hope that this will do what I need. Yeah, it's a pretty smart. Maybe it could be even more a C shape, but it's the more we do this, is the more difficult. So the struggle. So here, let's look at some stuff here. I like the smile. So now we got here reset. Let's see how. Yes, so this will be. Yes, it's good. It's good. I didn't have that smile before, so this is quite nice. And wow, it's all right. So imagine what we can do with that Shift X. Yes, I can do even that. So this is crazy. So shape keys combined with armature deform, or we can do just shape keys, right? But you see, with some, if we get the right approach, if we can understand something and waste and use a lot of time, not waste it, we can achieve good results for this. And so this is, oops, we can have pretty nice expressions. Look at this, by the way. I think, I'm not sure this existed before. I can't compare right now, but it is the Blender 4.3 seems to have bring another animation trick that is tools, pose options. I don't remember. This is relative mirror. So basically mirror, this is mirror. No, this is not mirror. This Shift X is mirror, right? Oh, need to turn off the Auto I key. Actually, this is Control Shift X, right? So this is mirror. You see it snapped to mirror. And this is relative mirror, which, okay, don't do nothing, but then we turn mirror off, which also turns off relative mirror. So if I get some asymmetric posing here, then Shift X with relative mirror. I can keep posing them. You see, it doesn't mimic, it doesn't destroy its current transforms. It will adapt, it will add transforms. So this is very nice. But as soon as we turn these off, and okay, it is still there, but then if we have the X mirror, it will disrupt, and then it is over, right? You have to turn mirror off, then pose, then turn mirror on with the X mirror, then we got this back. So this is, I think, very good option to have on. It doesn't work with the Auto I key though, but I think that is okay. It doesn't mean that Auto I key will fail here, but I think it's just not. It'll just not be working in sync with. We can try right away. Yeah. So for example, I have this. Auto I key here, actually. Okay, I have some Auto I key here. Oh yeah, it's disabled by default when we turn on. So okay. Let's see if they fix the symmetrization of this. I need an arc that is very simple to visualize. Well, we can probably visualize that. There's this limit Z. So if I just symmetrize, they seem to have fixed. That will be very good if they fix that. Let's see, here is clear, right, the arc. Or what was, no, I'm sure it was the symmetrize. It's very clear when we, oh, they fix it. Yes! Blender 4.3.0, God. The goddesses and gods of Blender develop. Yeah, the is that, am I sure of that? Yeah, I think I've made enough examples. I think it is done. What is this bone? Pole targets don't need. Sometimes I made this mistake, just turn this off. Alright, now I can do all crazy stuff and just symmetrize stuff. Don't need to be taking care about those. My plan was just to. Yeah, it was just for the bones which would have these I key settings special. Those that suffer from I key chains suffer, right? So those affected by I key chain. In this case, I have a lot. But here the thing is that I can have the I can make drivers to make this fake the automation of the symmetrization, but it's very poor, right? We have to make manually. It's complicated. Have to calculate what is the correct equivalent on the opposite side, and yeah, and now they got it fixed apparently. So one problem less two. So you see, they work. This is my report. 1 or 2 months ago they finally solved it, because no one because maybe many people found, they just didn't report, and that's it. Never fixed. The Blender community, they never found out, they couldn't fix because no one reported. Alright folks, so I think this is it for today. We have much more stuff to do. Well, no, this is not true. We have a few more stuff to do. So we got the happy done here, and you do the sad another day, right? We'll do the next one. Then the puff cheeks maybe for the end. I think this kiss will be very important. Yeah, I want to address this. It relates to the mouth anatomy a lot. Then this delta and maybe more deltas. We're gonna see. Maybe it's not necessary. And puff cheeks are a retake. And I think that will be for the shape kiss. So maybe I'll keep addressing this in the next session tomorrow, because not this one, right, but this one, because we want to, I think it works, it's more, and then we can directly, oh yeah, this, address the driver things, and then this is simple, and then the mouth finally pose assets for the, with reference from 2D cartoon, then I will to see how far we can go with those facial expressions, including face. Yeah, so this will be that's it, folks. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy and can learn something from that, or at least get some inspiration. Today I do this live stream every weekday about this time currently, and in the weekends maybe I don't stream, maybe I do. I'm still trying to see what to do on the weekends. Usually if I stream is something special, but we'll continue doing this. My prediction is maybe I can complete this in 3 weeks, because there are other topic that is big, which is the pelvis rigging. But anyways, cloth rigging can take a while too, because there might be some physics involved and some strange methods to make the cloth working. So that's it, folks. Feel free to be around any other weekday, and take care and happy blending. Enjoy.